happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in and for choosing to spend some of your time with me. I'm Maria Milagros, and this is a little space where I like to share tips, tools, techniques as a life coach, as a speaker, as a mother, as a human, as a woman, right? That I found that when I implement these things into my life, they actually help me get to new levels of healthy and happy. And this week is no different. This is a series that we're doing called Tips to Help You Get Healthy and Happy. And in previous videos, I would do multiple tips based on a subject or a theme, but this time I'm only doing one tip at a time because it really gives us an opportunity to kind of sit with it, figure out how to make it applicable to our lives, and then start creating change and moving in that direction. So this week I have a bunch of things that I wrote down on a list, and I had my daughter randomly pick a moment, and I don't believe that things are always random. So I had my daughter pick, not a moment, a number, and the number that she picked lines up with what I'm doing. So over the weekend, we went into the basement and we pulled up a bunch of bins and we were purging and going through the bins. And as we do this practice thanks to Marie Kondo, where we look at the thing, and if we realize we haven't used the thing or looked at the thing, been in contact with the thing for over a year, then chances are that that thing is not something that's really holding a high level of importance in our life. So we give it thanks for coming into our life and for what it brought when it was in our lives. And then as I put it in the box to get donated, I always I'm sending you along hoping that you go to a place where you'll be loved and respected and you'll bring joy to someone else's life, right? So it's a practice that we learned from Marie Kondo. She has this TV show on Netflix, and I want to say it's called like Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. But there's this quote that she had on that show that I wrote down 2.5 years ago when I watched only the first episode, and it made me purge my whole house. And it was, when your room is clean and uncluttered, you have no choice but to examine your inner state. Ooh, child. A lot of times when there's so much happening outside of us, like I have to clean, I have to do this, I have to move that, I have to rearrange, I have to do laundry, and there's all that, it doesn't really give us an opportunity to do this work because, you need new fresh clothes and you need your dishes done or whatever, right? So a lot of times we busy ourselves with things that are outside of us so we don't have to do the work on what's going on inside of us. The other quote that I really love from her was, it says, to truly cherish the things that are important to you, you must first discard those that have outlived their purpose. To throw away what you no longer need is neither wasteful nor shameful. Oh, I love it so much because it really, we have these things and we hold on to them and we attach value, sentimental value to those things, but then we put them in a box and we store it forever. And we almost never go there and look at it like, what is this? Why was this in one of my bins? Like in the what was I going to do with this empty metal can that I could get another one whenever I have soup or open a can of beans? Like what? So it gave me an opportunity to like, wow, why did I hold on to this? What did I have a craft in mind? And then I said, I'll get to that. Well, it wasn't important to me. So really, it was a great idea, but it wasn't important to me. So I set it aside in the hopes to get to it later. I really don't know what I was holding on to the can for, but whatever the reason, it no longer exists. So thank you, can, for holding my soup or my beans, whatever I had, and for coming into my life. I'm now going to send you along in a recycling pile and hope that I see you later as a tire or maybe even a sweater. Who knows, right? So my point is that a lot of times we use our external worlds to distract us from dealing with our internal worlds. And that's not always a bad thing, because sometimes distraction is necessary when we're in the midst of the really hard work and we need a break. But it's also not what's going to get us over the other side. So my tip for you is to do some cleaning, do some decluttering, do some purging. Start with one drawer, start with one room, start with one closet. I don't know, your life, right? Start with your car, start with your basement, one bin at a time. Whatever it takes for you to kind of get through and release some of the external clutter that might be preventing you from moving forward in your life, and really that might just be weighing you down. Literally, if every time you have to move a pile of something that you never really interact with and you never really have much to do with, to clean or to sweep, and then you move that pile back, that's just a lot of extra energy and time that could be better used someplace else. hanging out with your family, with your friends, doing something you enjoy and love, painting, dancing. I don't know. I just know that when I really started tackling decluttering and purging and cleaning my house, it makes my house, my like daily house chores less, right? And it also helps the energy in my house feel more fluid. Things flow more freely. So declutter, right? It's also when I do work around my body, the first thing that I do is I declutter. When I do spirit work, the first thing that I do is declutter. Seriously, I create spaces that have a feeling of movement and ebb and flow so that when I'm in my space, there is this sense of movement and ebb and flow. I know you know what I'm talking about because you have walked into a room, be it your own or someone else's, that was cluttered and just stuff everywhere. And it just makes you feel trapped, right? So there's something to be said about feng shui, which I won't get into. You can look it up. There's something to be said about minimalism, and just the ease of what's happening around you so that there's this constant ease of what's happening within you because it's all connected. It's all energy and it's all connected. So let me know, what are you cleaning? What are you decluttering? What did you recently purge? Or maybe you're already doing this and maybe you're feeling some stuff, right? What's that look like? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. Or shoot me an email. You know how to reach me. I appreciate you. There's nothing you can do about it. If you like this, share it with someone. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. And subscribe, like, thumbs up. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll share that next week because otherwise we go into a whole other tangent. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.